This is the true definition of being absolutely heartbroken. To lose my youngest daughter was just beyond anything.
Suicide prevention is an issue which I hold very close to my heart, and I'm delighted that today's summit is being held here in the UK for the first time.
Places in this beautiful city will be lit up in orange in acknowledgement of the suicide prevention work.
My first call out as a pilot for the East Anglia Air Ambulance was to a suicide. My memory of that call out is as clear as if it was yesterday.
One of my first experiences after graduating was to have someone call me who was just wanting to say goodbye because they were going to end their life. And I realized I hadn't a shred of preparation for that really key event. So Zero Suicide for me is really about ensuring that those who are working with people at risk are confident and fully engaged and supportive of showing that care and being all in to help.
We have to do more. We have to do more as a country. We have to do more as a planet to help people and to ensure that wherever possible we can reach those amazing zero suicide targets.
Every country in the world is thinking about this, is trying new things, and if we can galvanise that support behind a group of like-minded individuals, we have the very best chance of preventing suicides wherever we can in the globe.
Initiatives such as the Zero Suicide Alliance help highlight how we can all support suicide awareness and prevention. Nearly 2.7 million people have accessed its suicide prevention training.
We are seeing way more than a million additional people every year in mental health services since the introduction of the plan, and we are employing 40,000 more mental health staff across the country than we were at the beginning of the plan.
After integrating this mental health integration program in primary care, we increased safety planning by 15%, and we decreased suicide attempts by 25%. So it was a really amazing effort. Yeah, thank you.
I think it's really important that when we talk about suicide, we need to meet people where they are. And what does that mean? It means tackling stigma, it means tackling culture, it means understanding that healthcare looks different from one country to another, resourcing, finance, even the words that people use for suicide different from one context to another. So if we were really to create a society that has zero suicides, number one, it means meeting people where they are, and number two, it means having somebody next to them that they can talk to if they're feeling like they want to end their lives or they're in distress.
We really believe that we can prevent so many other families going through this as well, just by putting small changes in. Yeah, I think we can make a difference.
There's a danger we try and overcomplicate our approach to suicide prevention. Lots of the talk really has been around getting the basics right and doing the basics really well, consistently.
Suicide needs multi-sectoral action and needs a whole of government and a whole of society approach to tackle the issue of suicide. Not only it is important for the development of the countries, but also for the security of the countries. So that's why we need to start taking investment in terms of prevention of suicide, provision for people who have attempted suicide, provide treatment for them, and to support them in their recovery process so that they become useful members of the society again and reintegrate back into the community.
About 90% of staff said, no, suicide's inevitable, it's not something you can turn back. Really interestingly, after they did the training, that number dropped to about 10%.
We have really learned about how zero suicide can be implemented to save people's lives, but also how we need to think about extending into the community to build partnerships to really make a difference in saving lives globally.
Your story could be the story that saves somebody else's life. So I think if we had more people who made that conscious decision to turn their suffering into strength for others, imagine what the world would be like.